Doing. So today I'm talking about my maiden visit to the dentist in the US. Yeah, I learned quite a few things that I want to share here. So please come on in, and I'm gonna pose a question. I'll start this poll. Hello, guys. I'm waiting for you to come on in so we can talk matters deep. Yes, so we can talk matters deep, matters deep, matters. I can share also my very interesting, challenging, painful experience with a tooth of mine. My tooth. Yeah, tooth. My tooth. Guys, come on in. I am waiting. I am waiting. All right, so I'll just go ahead and start. So my very first visit, my maiden visit to the dentist in the US was very pleasant. The whole process was quite seamless, and yeah, I didn't face any challenges. So I was like just in time, for the appointment. Yeah, I need to work on that. I need to like be there before hand, but because of things that were out of my control and some that were in my control. Yeah, well, let's just say that I need to do a better job of being there in time and not on time. In time to me is like maybe 10 to 15 minutes before, the scheduled appointment time. On time would be like on the hour, you know. Yeah, so my first visit to the dentist, it was seamless. It was really nice. It was a nice experience. I learned quite a few things, which I would like to share here. The first thing that I learned that day, and I was like left gagging, was that my gums are not like a flaw, okay? So basically, what happens when you go to the dentist, they like do an exam, especially if it's your first time there. So they check your teeth, to see if all your teeth are like, if all of them are healthy. And then they do like an x-ray. So one thing that I found very interesting is that the technology in the US is quite advanced from the ones like maybe in Kenya or Dubai. These are the places I went to, For the x-ray, they don't have to pull my mouth like in all different, you know, ways. It's very easy. They just like open up my mouth slightly. It's just a little bit of discomfort, but it's nothing crazy where they have to pull up, pull my mouth in all kinds of directions. So that was really nice for me because I don't like discomforts. I like the soft life. I like the soft life. I don't like pain. My pain tolerance is like this. I don't like pain at all. Yeah, so that was nice. So they checked my teeth and everything. So thankfully, everything was fine. I just needed one filling. Actually, at the time of the examination, the dentist thought that I needed fillings like in two of my teeth. But upon checking again, they found out that I only needed one filling. So that involved like a lot of cleaning, and they put in the filling. And to be honest, the discomfort was just there for like just on that day, but it wasn't that bad. So it was a very, very, easy process. I was comfortable, and he kept on asking me like to bite on my teeth so that he can see if the filling was leveled up properly. My first bite wasn't that, comfortable. So they had to remove like part of the filling just to level it up. And then I think on the second and third or the third bite, everything was cool, and that was it. So yeah. And then what else? So the dentist asked me about this gap here in the gap in my teeth. And so I don't know how it came about. Yeah. So because, oh yeah, I think I remember. Yeah, because in other parts of my teeth, some like I have like maybe one or two teeth that are like growing out. So I might need to have braces for that. Yeah, so I was referred to another doctor, which I really need to make the appointment. I've just been procrastinating on that one, so I need to do it as soon as possible. So the other doctor is a specialist, and he's going to check because I have like teeth which are like growing out on my lower, yeah. What is this called? I don't know what this is called, yeah, but my lower teeth, two of them are like protruding this. Hi, it's only me, lol. Yeah, looks like it. Welcome. Yeah, we can hang out, and you can let me know what your experience is at the dentist too. And for those who are new, please show me some love by subscribing. Yeah, so anyway, I need to make that appointment so I can see the specialist, and the specialist will decide. Um, I think I remember. Did you change your name? I remember the lay parts. I don't know. Remind me, please. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, oh, sorry. Yeah, but I do remember the last part of your name. I remember. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So, but thank you so much for coming back. Thank you. Yeah. So I. Oh, yeah. Now I remember you. Yeah, you were here when I was undoing my braids. Okay, now I remember you. All right, so I need to see another dentist. He's a specialist, so he's going to decide whether I'll need to like have a brace, or maybe to remove my wisdom teeth. So as adults, we have 32 teeth, all right? If you all your teeth grow the way they're supposed to grow, we all have as adults 32 teeth. I think kids are the ones that have maybe 20 teeth. I'm not really sure, but I think so, yeah. So some adults have their wisdom teeth removed because we can function, with or without them. Yeah, so the doctor will decide that. And also the gap in here, I don't know if the dentist asked or I'm the one who volunteered the information. So in my country, in Kenya, women who have like gaps, in my language, they are called Rambanya. Okay. Hi, Janelle MC. Welcome back. Yeah. So in Luo, they are called Rambanya. So having like as a woman, when you have a gap in your teeth, you're considered beautiful. All right. So at some point, I was really, really obsessed with like having a gap in my teeth. I know, yeah. Yes, so I would take the floss, the string. I would like every time floss in this part so as to widen the gap in my teeth, because I didn't have this gap. Growing up, I didn't have that gap at all. And then sometimes it was so crazy. I would take like the wooden toothpick and push it in like forcefully and try to force that gap to appear. And then when I got to my senses, I stopped. Okay. I visit the dentist every 6 months. Oh, Janelle MC, that's right. Yeah, that's the recommended, um yeah, number of visits that's required, like every 6 months. Yeah, so you're right on the money. My sister, oh, that is crazy. She did. Yeah, it could be a bit scary with all those tools and stuff. Yeah. Oh, that is, oh my gosh. I hope she's okay now. Yeah, so that's what I would do. I would like force the toothpick. It's not advisable for you to do this. Please don't do it. It's really, I don't know why I was doing it. I must have been like out of my mind. Yeah. So I stopped, but now I'm stuck with the gap. Okay. I am stuck with that gap. So when I see this other dentist that I was referred to, he will recommend, if I should have like braces to like close that gap, and the teeth that are sort of protruding on this side, if I need braces to like just align my teeth. Okay. The other concern that I have is that I feel like as I grow older, my upper teeth will start like, protruding forward, and maybe like when I'm older, it will be like out of my mouth. That's just an insecurity of mine. So that's something I discussed with the dentist, and he said no problem. The specialist that he's referring me to will help me with all of that. So I need to book that appointment. And like Janelle said, she visits every 6 months. They also set an appointment for me for in the next 6 months. Yeah, so I guess like maybe in the US that's the required number of visits that someone needs to have, like twice in a year. Yeah, so I'm just glad that now I'm able to see the dentist regularly. Uh, I used to have periodic visits to the dentist when my dad was like still alive, but when he passed on, I was a teenager, and then of course like my mom could not afford it, and yeah, so since then I'll just go to the dentist when I feel like maybe I need to clean my teeth, or I have like a toothache. Yeah, so those I'll just go, but it wasn't like periodic visits as such. No, it would just be like when I feel like, oh, maybe I need to see the dentist. Maybe that would be like maybe in a couple, like after 2 or 3 years or 4 years, and that is not nice. It's really not advisable. I also understand that dental care can be quite expensive, especially if you don't have medical cover. So that could be a reason for many people not going. That was my reason years back. Yeah. So I'm just grateful that now I get to go like twice a year. And okay, the other thing that I want to share that the dentist told me is that my gums, yeah, so he checked my gums. Sometimes I have like bleeding gums, and I've always wondered why, like why do I have like bleeding gums? It scares me sometimes. So he told me to go easy on my gums, and that when I'm brushing my teeth, I should not be so heavy handed. Actually, his exact words were like, your gums are not a flaw. I was like, what? Yeah, he said I should not like scrub on my gums like I'm scrubbing the floor. And to be honest, that's what I was kind of doing, because I was thinking that's what is like making it clean. So I need to make sure like I have like a toothbrush that has like soft bristles, and then I just take it easy. So every time, and this is the honest truth, every time I brush, those words ring in my head. I'm like, and even if they don't ring in my head, it's in my subconscious. Your gums are not the floor. Just be easy while you're brushing. And that's what I do. So I just, of course, in circular motion, that's how we were taught like how to brush our teeth. So I do it in circular motions and circular motions. And I just remember to be easy on my gums, because he said gums are irreplaceable. Yeah, and I was so scared. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be toothless. I don't want to be toothless, because once my gums are like weak, they cannot hold the tooth. And what happens next? They start falling off, falling off. Yeah. So that was just one thing that really concerned me and sort of scared me a little bit because I hadn't thought of it like that, you know. So guys, please, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dentist, but I can just share this information. When you're brushing your teeth, be easy on the gums, you know, treat them with care, and then just make sure your toothbrush is like soft with soft bristles. The doctor gave me the type of toothbrushes that I'm supposed to use. So when they wear out, I will just replace them with the same kind of toothbrushes. So I try and go very easy on my gums, and I try and floss as much as I can because unfortunately for me, I have so many gaps in my teeth, especially in this area. When I eat beef or meat, it sticks in there. Like whether I feel it or not, I just know that there's like a piece of meat that is stuck in between my teeth, so I have to floss. Yeah, so every time after I eat something, I floss. And my husband says, like, once you floss, you need to like gargle and remove all the stuff, you know. Yeah, and if possible, brush. So I try and brush like twice a day, minimum twice. Yeah, I brush in the morning and in the evening. During the day, it depends. It depends on what I've eaten during the day. If I feel like there's a lot of residue in my mouth and I'm not comfortable, I just give it like a quick brush. But I brush thoroughly in the morning and in the evening before I go to bed. Yeah. So thank you guys for voting. I can see 57% says yes, they have periodic visits to the dentist. 43 say no. Maybe you can just let me know in the chat, like the reason why, the ones who voted no, like what's the reason why don't you have the periodic visits to the dentist? Is it by choice, or is it because maybe dental care is expensive, or it's your schedule at work? Let me know. Let me know about it. Yeah. And also the other thing that I do, I like brush my tongue. But for the tongue, I'm thinking of looking like for something to scrape off. But this is something maybe I'll discuss with my dentist, you know, when I go there the next time on my next visit. Yeah, I can just ask the dentist how to care for my tongue. Yeah. But I'm just so happy that you know, I found like clinic where they really take good care of my teeth. And yeah, I'm excited about that. Especially as we grow older, you know, it's very important for us to take like great care of our teeth. Then the other thing that really bothers me and I'm so insecure about, because I like smiling and I like laughing. And so that means that my teeth are out on display all the time. So the doctor asked me like how confident before you go in, you know, they ask you to fill out like a form, and then they ask you like how confident is your smile, or what are you insecure about, or I'm just paraphrasing. And so for me, it was my smile. I was like, I'm not so confident with my smile because over the years, my teeth are just have like this discoloring, and it's like yellowish on my teeth. When I was younger, my teeth were white, like white as white can be. And just like over the past few years, I have a lot of discoloration, and I am not so confident about my smile. So sometimes I try to hide it. Yeah, because of that. And so I know, yeah. So sometimes I'm just so conscious about my smile, because as I smile, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, my teeth are not so white. What should I do? What should I do? So the doctor asked if I take like coffee or if I smoke. I don't smoke. I don't drink coffee. The reason I don't drink coffee is because it gives me like heart palpitations. It's too strong for me. So when I drink coffee, I feel like my heart is racing. Like, yeah. So that's why I don't take coffee. But I do take tea. Yeah. Any Kenyan, most Kenyans love tea, take tea. Yeah, so growing up, that's what we have for breakfast, you know. So I take tea, and so he said that probably that's what is like causing the discoloration. And I was just Googling as well. I looked up Dr. Google, and I think they were saying that maybe even some wines can do that. So he told me like my smile is nice, it's beautiful. I should not really be super worried about it because my teeth are healthy, and that's the most important thing that you want. But he like offered different options if I like was really concerned with my teeth, if I wanted to whiten, my teeth a little bit. I was like, yeah, yeah, I'm really interested in that. And so they had like different options for whitening the teeth. You can do it yourself at home, or they could do it for you. And it's recommended for you to whiten your teeth after maybe within 3 weeks after cleaning the teeth. Oh, Janelle MC, goodbye. See you again tomorrow. Yeah. So they yeah, so and then there's also the option where okay, they could do it for you at the hospital or at the clinic, or you could take it home with you and do it by yourself, the whitening of the teeth. Yeah. Hi, Abrella Drody, how are you? Guys, we're talking about teeth today, and for all who are new here, please show me some love by subscribing. Yeah, so the whitening of teeth, they gave me, I think, like three options. And the option that I think I will go for is the one in the in the clinic or the hospital, because as she explained to me, she said that at least like when I do it there at the dental clinic, they are able to like take care to protect my gums, because even the kit that I'll take home to apply, I need to be like very careful not to apply it on my gums because it could harm my gums or cause some burns or something like that. Yeah, so because I just don't know, I might be clumsy, or when you do self application, sometimes you like the chances of messing up are really high, especially since it would be my first time. So I am going. Do you live in the US? Yes, I do. Yeah. So now I will have my teeth whitened. I hope that that would give me more confidence in my smile. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. So because the window, my teeth, 3 weeks already elapsed since they cleaned my teeth, and I didn't make that appointment in time. I'll wait until my next visit because they clean my teeth like every visit. So after my next visit, then I'll schedule for the whitening of my teeth. Yeah. I think I'll just go with the whitening, and then also like after I take tea or any beverage that I feel like stains my teeth, what I'll do now is just like gargle with water so that it could, you know, clear my mouth of the beverage and reduce the amount of discoloration that happens. So I'm excited for that. I will let you know once I've whitened my teeth, and I'll just keep you guys up to speed on what the process is like and if it's like really improving. Oh, honey, you have a beautiful smile as it is. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks. Yeah. So, yeah, those are like so my insecurities with my smile, like I shared, is like on my teeth, the discoloration, and this gap that I forcefully put in there, my mistake. And what else? Yeah, and my fear of my upper teeth, like protruding out of my mouth when I grow older and older. Yeah, so those are the three things that concern me about my teeth. But other than that, I'm thankful to God that at least I have healthy teeth, and I only had to do like one filling. Yeah, so that was really a plus, especially considering that I wasn't making periodic visits to the dentist. So I think I was just lucky. Yeah, so I'm really grateful for that. Oh, guys, thank you for the votes. So I have 14 votes in. 71% of you say yes, you have periodic visits to the dentist, and 29% no. Okay. All right, keep the votes coming and please like this live and continue subscribing. Okay, so what else did I want to share? I wanted to share about my very, which word can I use? I don't want to use horrific, but maybe I might use that because I was really traumatized by that experience. Oh, thank you for liking. I was so traumatized by that experience. So this is what happened. It was during Corona period. I was in Dubai then, and then oh, thank you guys for the likes. I was in Dubai, and Corona had just like hit, and the whole uh, world was like on lockdown. Yeah, and I lost my job. I was fired with many others. And I had to stay in Dubai for like almost 4 months because you could not travel back home. And when the repatriation flights were like available, I was out, you know. Some of my friends then were like, oh, why don't you just stay and try to look for another job? But I think mentally I was just done. Oh, hi David, how are you today? Welcome. We are talking matters teeth. Yeah, so I was just tired because Corona, I'll talk about that on a different live. I was so drained, like that during that Corona time. Yeah, it had a very, huge impact on my mental state and my emotional state as well. And it was draining, so draining, you know. I'm good, thanks. How are you? I'm good. Thank you for joining in today. Yeah, so I was so tired of the environment and everything. I just wanted, so I was like, let me go home. At least I'll see my family and I'll just be able to be sane, you know. I didn't want to lose it because I was this close to losing it. Yeah. So I went home, and when I went home, I don't know what I was expecting, but it's always good to just, when the plane touches down in your home country, there's that feeling that you cannot describe or express. I just feel like I am at home. I can't explain it. You got an accent? Yes. I think so, yeah. I'm from Kenya actually. Yeah, so I once like the plane just touches down, you just feel there's this feeling that is so nice that I can't really describe. Anyway, so I went home. I stayed with my sister in Nairobi. Nigerian. Oh, are you Nigerian? Are you asking if I'm Nigerian? I'm Kenyan. Oh, you're Nigerian? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. So I was just like at home. So I was with my sister, and then my sister then had a newborn, my nephew, who was so adorable. So I'm just so happy that I went and then I found this brand new baby, and I would enjoy carrying him and just yeah, the baby really, like, the baby was my therapy. And then I went to see my grandma, which I always love doing, and I saw my mom as well. So I think during that time it was just really nice. It was a nice boost for me. I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida. Gorgeous. Yeah. I can imagine. I hear that Florida is so beautiful. The weather there and the beaches. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I'm like relaxing with family and everything was really going well until one night. That fateful night when actually, was it a night? Yeah, it was a night. I just started feeling toothache, Is it your older sister or your younger sister? It's my younger sister, David. My younger sister. Hi, Tony. Thank you. And guys who are joining me for the first time, please subscribe. David, it's my younger sister, yeah. So I was just like, we were sleeping, and then the toothache started, and it was so painful. I don't know if you guys have ever had like a toothache. Oh, thank you, Tony. Thank you. Hey, I missed a lot of your live. Sorry, it's so good to be back. Oh, Skylar, welcome back. I missed you too. We missed you. Yeah. So I was sleeping that night, and then the toothache. Oh my gosh. I don't know if any of you guys have had toothaches, but oh my goodness, I could not sleep. It was so painful. I was screaming and groaning, and I had to go to the hospital like ASAP. Meanwhile, yes, they say, yes, Kyla, they do. I was like, I need to go to the hospital. But you know what the thing was? My sister could not drive me to the hospital because there was curfew, you know? So she was also confused. She's like, oh my gosh, I'd really love to, drive you, take you to the hospital, but I cannot. There's, we already have curfew. The police will just, it will be like a lot of back and forth with the police. So she wasn't, oh, welcome back, Idley. So I'm just sharing my experience of my toothache when I was back home during the corona time. So she was like, no, no, no. So we were trying to like, think of what to do because even the painkillers were not helping. That's it was so excruciating. It was so much pain. And we opted to call like the ambulance. So when the ambulance guys came, they came and they gave me like a shot, an injection. I don't know what it's called. I can't really remember the name. But once they injected me, I just felt the pain subsiding and I could sleep, you know? I was like, I don't care how much I'm gonna pay. When you're in pain, you don't care about anything. You don't care about anything. I promise you, when you're in pain, you can do anything just to have that pain, eased. Yeah. Did it hurt? Yes, it hurt. It hurt like crazy. The toothache was horrible. So in the morning, of course, it started again. And I was like, let me Google like the nearest dental clinic. I need to go and see the dentist so that they can see what's going on. So off I go. I got an Uber and left because my sister had to go to work then. And so I got in the Uber, went to the hospital. When I got to the hospital, the doctor checked and checked and checked and checked. They did x-rays. The x-rays, yeah, they did x-rays. He checked everything, asked me all sorts of questions. They even tried to clean a little bit. And he was telling me that all my teeth are healthy and he doesn't see any problem. I'm like, what do you mean? This tooth here in this area is so painful. So at that time, I couldn't pinpoint which one was which, but I knew the area. It was like either of the two. I'm like, I am in so much pain. There's something wrong with that tooth. Please do something. But the dentist was like, no, you have healthy teeth. As a dentist, I'm not allowed to tamper with healthy teeth. I'm like, so what am I supposed to do? I cannot sleep. I have to receive injections for me to sleep. So what am I going to do? And then he was like, okay, so what I'm going to do, I will refer you to a specialist who is in so he's a lecturer in the University of Nairobi, and he also has like private practice. I was like, okay, because he was thinking that it had something to do with the nerves, because he could not really diagnose. He didn't know what the problem was, and he could see that I'm visibly in pain. And he told me, just continue taking painkillers. There's really nothing I can do. Your teeth are healthy. So he referred me to that doctor, and I called him up immediately. And so to manage the pain, I would go to the nearest hospital, which was just like walking distance from my sister's place. I would go there, get injections, come back. Go there, get injections. So at this time, I'm so stressed. I'm just like, oh my gosh, what's happening? So I went to the specialist. He checked, he referred me because he didn't have like the advanced x-ray machines in his practice. He sent me to like the imaging place where they do x-rays. When I tell you that they pulled my mouth in all directions, they were pulling my mouth and pulling my mouth and pulling my mouth to just check and see, what the problem was. The x-rays came back, nothing was wrong with my teeth. My teeth were healthy. But I could not explain this pain. And I was telling him, I cannot sleep. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong. So he took the x-rays and, I think stayed with them for like maybe a day or two. And he later made an appointment for me to go back to his practice. And when I went back to his practice, he said that he needs to do like a filling. So he has looked at the tooth, maybe a filling can help, and then that it's like a rare condition because it's connected to the nerves. And so for the filling, he said he could do it in his practice, so I paid fully for that. Meanwhile, I didn't have insurance at that time. I was just paying cash. Oh, Skylar, thank you. Yeah, I was just paying cash. So it cost me a lot of money. And till today, I'm just like, what would I have done if I didn't have the money? Anyway, so he was like, oh, he'll do the filling and stuff like that, which I think he did like the first time. And then I had to go like for maybe 2 or 3 more visits. But he had not diagnosed me. He didn't tell me what was wrong with me. So I was just in this confused state. Remember, I'm still taking shots like uh, every day. I'm getting injections so that I can sleep, because without the injections, I could not sleep. Okay, and this one for the pain. So after that, I was just like, you know what? I cannot. The pain was so much. It was so much. I was in so much pain. And I was looking forward to the injections every night, because without that, I wasn't like really. And during the day, I'll just try to manage it. But if it wore off and I needed the injection, I would go back. Anyway, sorry that I'm a bit long-winded. I'm really trying to shorten it up. I went, so after that, this specialist tells me that he needs to refer me to another specialist who has the equipment needed and the expertise needed to diagnose and treat the tooth. I was like, excuse me, you have to be kidding me. You are the specialist. Now I have to go to another specialist. But like I said, when you're in pain, you do anything and everything because you just want to be normal again. So I went. But in my mind, I'm thinking, I don't need to pay any money to this new specialist because I had already paid, all the money to this others, to the first specialist. So when I go there, oh my gosh, my Pandoras, they tend to stick on my on my lace. So when I went to the specialist, okay, because the other doctor, I think, already gave them my file or whatever it was. They just write me up this expensive bill, and they're like, okay, this is your invoice, so you'll need to pay for this, and you need to pay for this, and you need to pay for this. And I was like, excuse me, I had already paid all of this. I thought he was just sending me here like a referral. And if I need to pay, I was thinking I would just need to pay like, like a percentage, but not like a whole, it's like I'm paying for the whole treatment again. I was like, So they were there, and then they were like, okay, it will cost you this, it will cost you this. And it was a lot of money for me. I was like, So I just said, I was like, you know what, guys? I told them I don't have the money. Excuse me. Clearly, I cannot afford this. So, yeah, I'll just go elsewhere where I can, afford. And they're like, oh no, you can do this. They were trying to like put me on a payment plan or something. I was like, no. So that's when it hit me that maybe it was a money grab. And that is so sad. I was very upset because as someone who's like a professor in the university, and you're teaching students who will eventually, practice dentistry, I just felt like that was wrong, on all fronts. It was so wrong. But at that time, I'm just thinking of how to manage my pain and how to like just make sure that I'm done with the toothache. So I left that place. They prescribed some medication. I went, paid for it, and then I just left. And the medication did not help. I had to go back to take my shots. Oh, and the shots, I was also paying for the shots. Anyway, I was like, you know what, I really need to find a solution. It was so frustrating at that time. I had spent so much money and I didn't get any relief, no diagnosis, but I'm just spending money. So I went to another clinic, and when I went there, the lady was like, she was really kind. I explained to her my situation, and she's like, "Oh, what happened?" I explained to her. She's like, "But I know this doctor. Are you sure they did that? That is very wrong. They should not do that." And she even tried to make calls to like find out. And of course, the first doctor that I saw was like trying to feign amnesia, like he doesn't remember or something like that. Yeah, and then she advised me to like, if I wanted to like maybe uh report them to the board for misconduct, you know. But I really didn't have time. At that time, I'm thinking of pain. I need my tooth to be sorted. So I was like, but can you help me? Can you just like uproot, like remove the tooth? Because now this tooth is draining me. It is so painful. I'm spending so much money, which I don't have. So can you just like remove the tooth? She's like, no, your teeth, your tooth is healthy. All your teeth are healthy. As a dentist, I cannot remove healthy teeth. We just have to find out what's the. I was like, oh, not the same song again. Oh, I was so frustrated. I was so frustrated. Then finally, I was like in the I went to the hospital where I get the injections. Because those guys were wondering what was wrong with me. They were like, you keep on getting injections. But I was telling them that, you know what, I'm seeing this doctor. He's still like working on me, but there's no diagnosis yet and I'm still in pain. So this is what I'm doing to manage the pain. So I was just like, you know what, do you have like a dentist here? They're like, yeah, we do. I'm like, okay, I would like to make an appointment. So I made an appointment. And at that time, I was also planning to go back to Dubai, because the situation in Kenya during Corona, it was just almost the same. And I had stayed at home for almost 1.5 months. So I was like, at least, I had at least seen family, and I needed to like do something to make money. Because in this world, let me tell you guys something. In this world, if you don't have money, it's unfortunate, but that's just how it is. If you don't have money, you don't get any respect. Your friends like just disappear. Even sometimes family don't respect you. So, and when people don't even receive your phone calls and stuff like that. So it's very important as an adult to be able to take care of yourself. I know sometimes we hit rock bottom. I have, and like maybe you don't have a job and stuff like that, but if you have any opportunity or any chance to make money, please do, because when you don't have the money, it's, yeah, no one wants to be burdened. So when you're jobless, you don't have money, or you're short of money, people just look at you as a burden, even when you're not. Sometimes you just want to hang out with someone and have coffee, but when they see your call, they're like, yeah. So you also know people who are true when you're down and out, when you don't have any money. That's when you know who your true friends are. Yes. And trust me, if you had 10, you'd end up having like maybe just one. This is from experience. Yeah, so anyway, I plan to like go back to Dubai to like look for work, because I was running out of money. I was spending all this money on the tooth that was not even, you know, getting, they were not diagnosing my disease, and no one wanted to like remove the tooth. So I went to the hospital and I just told the doctor my whole experience. I was like, this is what I've gone through, and I am tired, I am exhausted, and I don't have any money to spend, because I didn't even have health insurance then, because my health insurance in Dubai was tied to my work. So once you're fired or you're not in employment anymore, there goes your health insurance. Yeah, so you can imagine doing all these things paying cash. It's exhausting. So I was like, you know what? I need to travel back to look for work. I am at my end right here. I just need this pain to disappear. And the doctor was like, you have healthy teeth. The same story. You have healthy teeth. I'm not allowed to remove your teeth. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, I told the doctor, you know what? Today is the first day of weight loss. Animal lover, I don't understand. Let me know. What do you mean? Okay. So, luckily and thankfully, this doctor, I just told the doctor I'm not moving. You're so pretty. Thank you. I told the doctor I'm not moving until this tooth is gone because I cannot function, you know? It's pain 24/7. I've taken so many injections that my body cannot take it anymore. So I was just like, please, 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 if you don't do this, how will I travel? I need to go work, blah blah blah. And he was like, you're making me do this, but I should not be doing this, you know? I told him, you don't know the pain, but he could see the pain I was in because at that time I hadn't taken the shots, you know, for the pain. So I was in excruciating pain. I was groaning. Have you ever seen an adult groaning? Oh, bye, Skylar. See you again tomorrow. Oh, basically, it's today I'm gonna lose weight for 2 months. Wow, how much weight are you losing, anime lover? All right, so he removed my tooth, and that day I slept like a baby. I'm telling you, when that tooth was removed, the relief was like instant. In like less than half an hour, there was no pain. No pain. I had not taken the shots, nothing, you know? And I felt so relieved. Wow, 20 pounds. That's a lot. Congratulations on your weight loss journey. Yeah, so I was just like, wow. I was so relieved. And yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's why I have a gap here now. I don't know if you guys can see, but if I smile hard enough, you can see the gap, right? Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. All right. So yeah. So that's why I have this gap, and I will have it filled up so that I didn't know at that time that when you have a gap like in your mouth, in between your teeth, that the teeth tend to move and the gap widens and it can affect the other teeth. So for that reason, I'll have like a filling in there so that the gap can just, keep my teeth intact. Yeah. So that was my experience with like rogue dentists, as I call them. The last doctor was really nice. He really knew what he was doing. Even though he removed my tooth, he was just being compassionate because he could see that I am literally dying in pain. Yeah, so he did that, but he told me it's not advisable to do it. I just told him, doctor, if you know the pain that I am in, you would please just remove the tooth. And he did, and I'm thankful that he did. And I was able to travel back and live life. And now it's been how many years since that tooth was removed? Because it was removed in August of 2020. So now 21, 22, 23. Yeah, like 3.5 years, almost 4 years since the tooth was removed. Okay, thank you guys for voting on the poll. The question I posed is, do you have periodic visits to the dentist? 58% say yes. 42% say no. Okay. If you guys don't mind sharing, you can let me know why no. Like for me, like I explained earlier, the reason for not visiting the dentist periodically was because I could not afford it, you know and I didn't have like a medical cover that could afford me the luxury of going to the dentist twice a year. Yeah, so I would only go when need be. But now I'm glad that I am able to go, like twice a year. Yeah, so I'm grateful for that. And you can also share like your experience at the dentist, which was your most, maybe it could be your pleasant experience or painful or challenging experience. Let me know in the chat section below. I want to hear from you guys too. David, are you still there? Say hi if you're still there. Tony, I don't know if Tony is still there. Pinewood. Or Janelle already left. Abriella. Let me know, guys, if you're still here with me. Okay. Let me know in the chat below. If your most pleasant, experience at the dentist or your most horrific experience at the dentist. Guys, share with me. Let me know. Okay. No one? All right. But thank you for voting. At least now, it's a way of interacting with you. So I'm not just the only one just talking. I like to hear from you guys as well. I like it when we interact, Any pleasant experience at the you have never done it before? David, what do you mean? You've never been to the dentist before or removed the tooth before? Which one? Is it? Oh, you've never removed your tooth before. Oh, you are very lucky. You should be happy. That means your teeth are like in perfect condition. Yeah. It's not like, yeah, they have to like numb you and then, yeah. So, and then they pull it out. Not really. I think you do. Because if you didn't, then you'd have like the toothache and, go to the hospital or to the dentist. Oh, and David, when I say healthy, dentists, they refer to teeth as, oh, healthy teeth. So you might look at your teeth. For you might think, my teeth are not that good, but they have a way of checking to see if the tooth is still healthy or not. Yeah, I really don't know what they check for, Yeah. The other thing that I don't like is, oh, you just don't know. Ah, okay. All right. Yeah, I agree. Even I didn't know until that time when I went to the dentist and it was because of the pain. Yeah, so that's when I went and yeah. But you know what you can do, David? I don't know how they do it in Zambia, but sometimes if you just go and like, because the cleaning, I don't think they charge like, in Kenya, it's not like super expensive to clean. So you could just go in like, oh, you'd like to clean, but to clean your teeth. And then the dentist, in the process, they will check and see. And then they will let you know if something is wrong with your tooth. So that way you have consultation and your teeth, cleaned as well. But just be careful. My experience was, I thought I was going to like a nice clinic with very good reviews, but I ended up, just wasting my money. Yeah. So I think it's imperative that we go to the right places, but it's also complicated. How do you know the right places when you read the reviews? They tell you that, oh, this is the best place, these are the best doctors, and then you go and they mess you up. You spend most of the time in the bush looking after my cattle. Ah, okay. All right. How is it looking after cattle? I like the milk, the fresh milk, yeah. At my grandma has the milk. So there's little to do that. Oh, okay, I understand. Yeah, I understand. I totally understand because I was also, in a position where I could not be able to do that. Mm-hmm. But I can just give you like a few tips that my dentist now told me. He was like, it's important to floss. Flossing is how can I explain flossing? They sell like this. It's you could buy like the strings from the pharmacy. It's just like the process of removing stuff in between your tooth and then brushing, and when you take like coffee or tea you just gargle out the looking after cattle is challenging. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. Do you do like zero grazing, or do they go like free range, like in grazing on out on the field? Because my mom now she doesn't have, but my mom has like cattle. Now she stays in the village and she has like a cow. She had like a cow and two cows. So she does like the milking. But I can imagine it's like, yeah. And my grandma has cattle as well. Oh, it's free range. Yeah, that is challenging. And you do it yourself, David? Because cattle, I know, especially if it's free range, you have to go out like in the morning. Is that right? After the milking, correct me if I'm wrong. You go out and then they have to find, yes, yeah. You find grass for them, and then you have to find water for them, and then you come back and eat, or sometimes you carry food with you. So it's very challenging, yeah. Oh, you're such a hardworking man. I know it's very challenging, yeah. Yeah. But do you enjoy the milk? Are they like for milking, or it's just for like beef? But I'm sure maybe you have some cows that, you milk. I tried milking once, David. You know what happened? The because they tie. This is just from what I've seen, like back home at my grandma's. They tie like the hind legs together, and then you have a bucket, and you have like jelly that is specifically for the cow's titties. So you apply the jelly, and I think you give the cow some food to distract it, like grass, and then you start like pulling on the titties. I tried it and I hadn't tied the legs properly, and the cow almost kicked me. Yeah, so that was my first and last time. But my cousins are really good. Uh, you have to be controlling them because they are people farming in the area. Yeah, I know. And when they go to people's farms, it's a problem. Is it not? Yeah. I know in my grandma's village, it's a problem. Yeah. If they go to someone's farm and eat all the maize, problems. Yeah, it can be very challenging, David. Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. I can imagine that is like hard work. People don't realize how hard it is until you maybe like experience it or you're actually doing it. Yeah, it is. Are they your cows, David? You own all of them, right? The cattle. Do you sell them? For my bride price, my husband is going to buy a few cows and bring them to my mom. The only problem, you're in Zambia. If you're in Kenya, we would have bought the cows from you. When they do that, you have to give them the cattle. Really? Just because they ate, then you give them the cattle? Aww, that is not fair. So how many cows do you give them? Wow, that is not fair at all. Aww, that's not nice. Yeah, so now I see how challenging it is. Yeah. Even in Kenya, the issues of like cows and it's like a huge issue. You find people like farmers and the people who have cattle, they're always like at loggerheads most of the time. Yeah, so it's a challenging thing to do. Yeah, if you're in Kenya, we would have bought cows from you. My husband would have gotten cows from you. It depends. Even two or three? Oh no, I don't think I would give three. But a cow is, oh my gosh, that is not nice. And they probably slaughter the cow, I think. Slaughter the cow and sell it. That is crazy. Zambia is far from Kenya, David. How will the cattle move from Zambia to Kenya? Too expensive. Ah, yeah. Zambia, let me see how far. Yeah, that would be too expensive. Let me see how far Zambia is from Kenya. Will they even allow Zambian cows? But I think they're the same because they're all from Africa. Is Zambia near Tanzania? I think. Okay. Let me see. Can you go to Zambia by bus from Kenya? Let me see. There is a law in place, so is it something you already know? Oh, do you mean that the law about giving the cow? Okay, okay. I understand you now. Can you go travel to Zambia from Kenya via bus? I think Zambia is near Tanzania. I think so. To Zambia from Kenya via bus. Via bus. Bus or fly to Zambia. The best way to get from Kenya to Zambia is to fly. Hey, it's far. The bus takes 40 hours, 46 minutes. Hey, that is far. That is far. That is far. Mm-hmm. I think Tanzania is near. Yes, you can go to Zambia by road. Oh, really? But you have to connect through Tanzania, I think. I wish we had like a train system. Then it would be easier. Yeah, Tanzania is near. Yeah. Tanzania is near. Well, David, so what do you do when there is droughts? Like, do you guys have drought? Because in Kenya there is drought and it's a bit challenging for cattle farmers. What do you do in such instances? Do you have to buy like food? Yeah, Tanzania is your neighbor. Yes, yes. Tanzania, yeah. Tanzania borders Zambia and also Kenya. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is true. So I think it depends on where in Kenya I'm at. Then if maybe I'm like near the border of Tanzania, then it would be a shorter trip. Yeah. But if it's like from Nairobi or from a different city, then that would be like, yes, Tanzania border Zambia. Yes, yes, it does. I have never experienced any drought at the moment. Oh, so that is really good. I'm happy for you. In Kenya, sometimes we have drought seasons and it's horrible. The cows like really grow thin. They grow so thin that you can even see their bones and most of the cattle die. So it's a really rough time for the farmers then. Yeah. So if you don't have drought, that's nice. Especially in the northern part of Kenya, they have like moments of drought, like serious drought. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So it has been amazing hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much for the likes. David, thank you so much for giving me an insight on what you do. That was so refreshing. Thanks for the votes. I've had 24 votes. You guys have voted. That is so cool. So 58% says yes, they have periodic visits to the dentist. 42% no, they don't have periodic visits to the dentist. Yeah. And I don't know what reason you might have for not having those visits, but you can still take care of your teeth. I didn't have those visits, and by God's grace, I've managed to take care of my teeth, and I can say that all my teeth are healthy, and I hope it stays that way. We have droughts in Zambia, especially in southern part, but not in the northern part. Okay. I understand. All right. And David, was Zambia colonized by the Germans? Are there people who speak German? Or am I confusing it with a different country? You have a desert too in Zambia, right? But do you have a lot of Germans there? There's a documentary I was watching, and they were like or they're like originally Germans but like born in Zambia, and they're Zambians. Do you have that population? And do you speak German? Zambia seems interesting. Oh, British. Okay. So I'm confusing Zambia with a different country. Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry, my bad. We were also colonized by the British. Kenya was colonized by the British too. And there is this part of Kenya in Nanyuki, it's called Nanyuki, where you see so many white people. And you're like, oh, am I still in Kenya? But actually, they're actually born in Kenya, so they identify as Kenyans. Yeah. So, yeah, interesting stuff. Okay, so I'm confusing Zambia with a different country. Sorry. I watched the documentary. I'll go back and check and see which country that was. Alrighty. Okay, so thank you guys so much. I always appreciate you joining me and supporting me and just hanging out with me. We do have white born in Zambia as well. Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah. Most people don't know that. Most people think like, oh, in Africa, everyone is black. First of all, we have Northern Africa where you have Egypt, Morocco, you have a lot of Arabs there. In Zambia, like you said, you have like white people in Zambia who are like Zambians. And then also in Kenya, we do have that population. South Africa, for sure, they have lots of white people there. So I think there was a discussion going on in social media some time back where Miss South Africa was white, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, how can she be white? She's not South African because she's white, but she was born there, and that's her country. That's where her ancestors like that's where she was born in. So it can be a bit challenging for some people to like try and grasp to understand that we actually have white people who are Africans. Yeah. I think it's because of the whole history of colonization and slavery and whatnot. Yeah, so some people don't really like comprehend that we can have, you know, a white Kenyan, white Zambian, South Africans. I think there's like a bigger population of white people. Yeah, and they speak the language too. Like the ones in Kenya, they speak Swahili. They even speak the local dialect, like if it's Kikuyu or Luo. So yeah, it's a very interesting dynamic. Yeah. Alrighty, so thank you so much for hanging out with me. David, thank you so much. I know it's late in Zambia. Thank you for joining me on this live. I'm really, really grateful. For those who are new here, please show me some love by subscribing, and thank you for liking my live. I will see you all tomorrow. In case I come in the morning Eastern time, I will post on my page. If not, I will see you all here at 3 p.m. Eastern time. All right. Thank you guys so much. I'm ever so grateful to all of you. There are regions where you have a mixed race like colors. Yes. And I think that's where Caleb is from. Like Caleb is from that region, I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And by the way, Caleb was graduating yesterday. I think that's why we haven't seen him today. Yeah. So when he comes back, we'll congratulate him. Thank you so much to David. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Goodbye, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, 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 bye. Mwah.